Okay, so now for the second half of lesson 10.4, we're going to talk about inscribed polygons. So we just said inscribed angles. Well, polygon is an inscribed polygon when all its vertices lie on the circle, as we see here in this picture. Okay, so the polygon is in blue, the pentagon we have here, and the circle that's on the outside is known to be said as the circumscribed circle. Now that might sound vaguely familiar, because if you think back, when we had triangles and we were finding circumcenter, incenter, all that, we said circumcenter is our, taking a look at our perpendicular bisectors, and the reason it was circumcenter is because each of the segments that we found, I draw all those in quickly. This is going back to some good memories, right guys? This here, and this here, and this here were each a radius of the big circle that went around the whole polygon. So notice we were really talking about what we're doing right here. That was an inscribed polygon. We called it the circumcenter, but that's because it circumscribed the polygon, the triangle. Okay? All right, so anyways, inscribed polygon, all the vertices fall in the circle. Two simple theorems that fall from this, and we'll practice. The inscribed right triangle theorem says this. First of all, if a right triangle is inscribed in a circle, then the hypotenuse is the diameter. So if they give us that this is a right angle, then that means that this right here is my inscribed angle. That means this is my intercepted arc. So if this is 90, this is double it. So this is going to be 180 degrees, right? Now if that's 180 degrees, it's a semicircle, which means that this must be the diameter. That's what that says, okay? Now it also goes the other way, and they say, conversely, if one side of an inscribed triangle is a diameter of a circle, so if we just know this is a diameter, then that makes this a semicircle, so it has a measure of 180 degrees. And then we can work the other way and say, well, this is also an intercepted arc of that inscribed angle. So it must, by the theorems we did at the beginning of this lesson, be half, and that must make it a right angle, okay? And the right angle has to be the one that's opposite the diameter, which is what it finishes up by saying, okay? Alrighty. So next one says inscribed quadrilateral theorem. A quadrilateral can be inscribed in a circle if and only if its opposite angles are supplementary. So this angle and this angle, E and G, and then F and D. Okay, here's just a little picture of that. If I move these around a little, I could play around with it, but 78.5 and 101.5, supplementary. 103 and 79.3, supplementary. Okay? Alrighty, so back to our notes. Let's try some. Find the value of each variable. So they give me that this is a diameter, so this here must be 180 degrees. And this arc is also the intercepted arc of this inscribed angle, so it must be, this must be half. Half of 180 is in fact 90, so I can say that 2x equals 90. Not that we have to set that up, but x must be 45. All right, for the second one, my inscribed polygons, so opposite angles are supplementary, so z is equal to 100 degrees, and then, or just 100 rather, and y is equal to 60, because these are supplementary. Okay? All right, let's practice 3 more just to solidify it, and then you can do some homework problems. Same deal here. This is a diameter, so this must be a semicircle, and if this is 180, my inscribed angle that correlates that intercepted arc, again, so many eyes, is going to be half. So this is, x is going to be 90. So that means I have a right triangle. That's 40, that's 90, y must be 50. Okay? All right. Polygon, so if this is 180, then I can go ahead and say they're supplementary, and I'm going to get a value of 98 for x. So x is 98. And then the same thing goes with to find y. So 180 minus 68, and we see that that's 112. Okay, and I can always add them all up and make sure it's 360 so I don't have a calculation error. Last one, opposites. So I can say that 8x plus 10x is going to equal 180. So 18x equals 180, making x equal to 10. And I could sub that in to check 80 and 100 equals 180, so they are in fact supplementary. And then the other way, I can do c, measure of angle S is c, measure of angle u is 2c minus 6. I add them up and I get 180. So 3c minus 6 equals 180. I'm going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides. Oh, I changed it to x. I'm sorry. I'll just, well, 3, we'll go back. Just habit. 3c is equal to 186 divided by 3, and c is equal to 62. Okay, and I could go ahead again and sub that in and see if it works, and it does. So great job, everyone. Thanks for the hard work, and see me with any questions. Bye-bye.